Hi there, let's talk a bit about the Audi A4. This is the B8 model and this is the A4 sedan. So let's just have a look at this vehicle. A4 sedan, for me, arguably this shape is probably the best value for money that you will receive in the market of used vehicles today. And yeah, we're in this beautiful surrounding here. Quite nice and forestry, nice city at the back. So yeah, back to the Audi. Arguably one of the best value for money vehicles bought, and something in my mind, being with Audi for quite a while, also known as the big brother of Volkswagen, it boggles my mind that this vehicle has such good value for money. Considering the maintenance costs, the reliability, but this specific vehicle that I have might be the best Audi A4 so far, and I will show you in a moment why this particular car I think is the best one that Audi has made. The Audi A4, also known as the Audi B8. This specifically was made for affordability, for customers to be able to afford an Audi, being able to have a vehicle that is pretty comprehensive in terms of what they cover, in terms of value, in terms of usability. So this is a four-door saloon. For me, it's arguably the biggest saloon in its class compared to the C-Class and the BMW. It's quite a big vehicle. It's very long, so difficult to park. That is definitely something to think about when purchasing the A4. So I've got the 2-liter TDI and it's a manual version. So why manual? Most people say that, you know, automatic so much easier, everything is going auto. Maybe that's why manual is better. And also a manual gearbox. What are the advantages of a manual gearbox? The first thing is that the running costs. Automatic gearboxes can be very expensive to maintain when they're out of warranty, and so that's just taking off a massive cost. If you need to fix it, you need to put in a clutch, you put the clutch in and off you go. And these specific clutches on these cars are built to last a long time. Previous owner I spoke to, he has never done this clutch, and this clutch has over 200,000 kilometers on this car that it's endured. So very, very robust, and it's a diesel, so obviously it's very strong. They are not very cheap to replace, but remember, you're getting 200,000 kilometers, so it's worth it to invest. Whereas the automatic gearbox to fix will be at least 4 to 5 times that cost, which is going to happen. So what are the key features of this specific model? This specific A4 is a 2-liter TDI common rail. It's a 2010 common rail diesel engine, and it's a manual. So a lot of people will think, no, Audi diesels are unreliable. You know, they've given lots of problems since 2004, one maybe 2001. I don't know. It's always been an issue. The first version in the B6, depending on where you stay, was actually, I would say it was common rail, yes, but it was a very old style of injector pump. It wasn't very reliable, couldn't be adjusted, couldn't really be fixed, you had to replace it. So maybe not so good, right? And then they went on to the unit injector, which is also called the pump producer in some cases. That unit injector was also problematic because it was sat inside the cylinder head, and it was very difficult to service and caused problems in the cylinder head because of vibrations. It caused a lot of issues inside the cylinder head, like cracking of the head. That was very common, where you lost water, compression, hot starting. It was endless. was a bad idea, and I'm very happy that Audi went back to common rail. So let's see, what do you get in this vehicle for the price? I would say in the US this vehicle will probably be about 5,000 US dollars, maybe less, who knows, maybe 3,000 US dollars, maybe, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 5,000. And if you look in that category, you're probably going to get a Toyota, something basic. But what do you get in this car? Well, you get auto headlights. This specific vehicle has a sport suspension, so it's really low to the ground. It's got a different front bumper. It's got a different side mirror. It's got these side skirts over here. It's got a really nice design, this car. It's a little bit long. If you see the vehicle from the side, it looks a little bit on the long side. So, like I said, compared to other vehicles in this class, it's quite a long vehicle. It's quite a long vehicle. So, this vehicle came out standard with these tinted glass windows from Audi. And it's a little bit dirty, this car, but I mean, you've got brake discs all around. This is a very nice color. It's a pearlescent color, so it's got pearl inside the color. I really picked this car up for a very, very good deal. And mileage was not an issue to me, but service history was. So, like I say, what do you get in this car? Well, let's have a look. It's a little bit, you know, this is a real car. This is not a YouTube car that I stripped out and prepped. This is a car as you see it, right? I'm being realistic here. Look at this leather. This leather has gone through over 200,000. And you won't see a single crack on this leather. I think Audi overcompensated with this leather. I don't know what they did, but the other models never lasted half as long. This is the passenger seat. So this one is very well maintained. As you can see, there's no scratches, nothing's broken, but it is very robust. There you have the door panel with your electric window. Let's go to the back. I've got a bit of gear here, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. But as you can see there, you have a beautiful seat. And it takes so much, it's so strong, this leather of these cars, this particular model. Very nice cabin, massive space at the back. I mean, you can fit 4 tall people in the back here. You've got your reading lights. And then inside here, in the middle of the back seat, you've got your center armrest, if you feel like it. You've got a 12-volt port there, and you've got an ashtray. There's no cup holders on here, but you do get versions with a aircon 4-zone here. And if you look inside here, there should be a medical pack. So you're getting a lot of things in this car. I need to really push that in. It clips in very tight. The boot space is humongous. I'm not really going to open it right now because it's got a lot of junk in the trunk. But overall, let's go look at the driver's side as well. So you'll see most of your wear on any vehicles on the driver's side. So opening the driver's side, you can see this door panel is in a very nice condition. This isn't cracked and broken. If you look at the seat, yeah, it's a little bit of wear compared to the other one. But I mean, there isn't a single crack here. It's got the little crease lines, but this leather is so strong and so thick. It takes quite a punch. It takes quite a punch. And you have you can jack the seat up, you can jack the seat down, so you can adjust it there. Generally a very nice car to drive. So how does it drive? Okay, so in the 2-liter TDI, what do we get? We get stop start, which is really great if your robots take a long time to change. We have electronic handbrake. We have a full climate control system over here. We have a complete convenience system for the vehicle as well, to check things well conveniently. So let's give it a start. That's your start. Very quiet for the diesel. Very, very quiet. Let me just get that radio off. Very, very quiet for the diesel. Surprisingly, that was the first thing that stole my heart. Was it's so quiet, you know. It's such a quiet diesel. And you know, when you tell people I'm buying a diesel, they're like, oh, you're going to buy a truck, you know, that's what it used to be. But diesels have become relatively quiet, and the first place I saw diesels getting quiet was when they started to make them in bigger engines, especially 6 cylinders, a lot more quiet. So the 4 cylinders they finally got there. I mean, I'm going to be quiet for a second and then you tell me if you can really hear this engine. It's not that loud. It's really not that loud. You have a car function here where you can check your oil level. Okay, the car should be off when you do that. You can check your service. You can set your lights interior when you come home. There's lots of functions. Your windows you can set if you want them to open with the remote. So there's lots of functions. You have a setup function for your time and all those things. You have your radio. If you have navigation, you can activate that, but that needs a card. So how does it drive? Well, I drive pretty fast with this car. Most of the time I'm very aggressive because it's just a really nice car to drive. So I'm pretty happy with 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers. And keep in mind, it's a diesel.